Alright guys, so as you guys can see from the title, we have a broken Ppsh build. Now I'm going to show you guys the class before we start and then go on to the gameplay, and trust me, you do want to stick to the gameplay. So we're going to start off with the muzzle. Now first of all, before we start with the muzzle, you want to pretty much focus on this entire build to focus more on the fire rate and your accuracy. Now the fire rate a little bit more because it's really accurate once you're in that close range, which is 99% of the time you're going to be fighting with this specific gun. So go ahead and try to focus on maxing out the fire rate. If you can't, then you go ahead to the accuracy, but I'm going to show you the exact build that I use in my gameplay and I went off in. So for the muzzle, you guys want to focus on something that gives you accuracy and range, and that is simply by putting on the mercury silencer. As you guys can see, it's sound suppression, so it helps out with the minimap, horizontal recoil control, and bullet velocity. Now, if you guys don't know what bullet velocity does, well, it pretty much makes the bullet go further as well as go faster to hit that range. So as you guys can see, the range goes up and a little bit of the accuracy. So go ahead and put on mercury silencer. Now for the barrel, you guys want to have something that increases your fire rate by a lot, and you can put on that 230 millimeter. So as you guys can see, hip fire accuracy, which is what you're gonna use this gun for pretty much all of the time. Hip fire accuracy goes up, hip fire recoil recovery goes up, general recoil recovery, and then your fire rate goes up. As you guys can see, the only thing that goes up is your fire rate, and you're almost maxed out. So go ahead and put on that 230 millimeter. Now for the optic, I always say for Vanguard SMGs to put on slate reflector, but you do not want to do that, okay? You guys are going to go ahead and put on the ISO 3P. Now what this does is pretty much increases your accuracy, okay? You guys want to increase your accuracy by a lot without putting on the slate reflector, because you're not going to be aiming down sight, and you know the slate reflector does increase your accuracy but not as much as the ISO 3P right here. So boom, go ahead and put that on. As you guys can see, aim down sight speed, which is not needed at all, and then alternative iron sight construction, which is not necessary. You're going to be using this build for hip fires only, so go ahead and put on that ISO 3P. Now for the stock, you guys want to focus on something that increases your accuracy and your mobility at the same time, which is kind of a weird thing, but you can go ahead and put on the remove stock. Now as you guys know, stocks are supposed to increase your accuracy, just like these two right here. It both increases your accuracy, but usually the mobility goes down by a lot, like this. But you know, the removed stock does help out a lot. As you guys can see, accuracy goes up just a little bit and your mobility goes up a little bit more. Hip fire accuracy goes up, movement speed and your sprint to fire speed all go up. So go ahead and put on the removed stock. We're going to go on to the underbarrel. Now for the underbarrel, you guys want something that increases your accuracy and your control. You guys can go ahead and put on that Carver foregrip. Vertical recoil control and your hip fire accuracy all go up. As you guys can see, the control goes up and the accuracy. So go ahead and put on that Carver foregrip. Now for the magazine, you guys want to go ahead and put on the first 71 round mag. Now the reason I say the first is because, you know, the second one, the only thing that does is give you ammo and then takes down your mobility. But with the first one, you guys see an increase in accuracy, fire rate, and your control. So go ahead and put on that 71 round mag. For the ammunition rounds, you guys want to go ahead and put on lengthen, which increases your bullet velocity, which is your range. And like I said before, bullet velocity is not only the increase in range, but increase of the time the bullet gets to that player or that range that you want to hit. So pretty much the TTK, which is time to kill. Now for the rear grip, you guys want something that increases your accuracy and your control, which you get a lot of options for, but I recommend putting on the pine tar grip, which does helps with recoil control and your hip fire accuracy. And as you guys can see, accuracy goes up and the control goes up. So go ahead and put on the pine tar grip. Now on to the perks. Now for perk 1, you guys want something that increases your mobility, and that's simply by putting on fleet. Now as you guys can see, weapon swap quickness is also increased and your movement speed. So this really does help out a lot. As you guys can see down here, the mobility goes up. So go ahead and put it on fleet. And then for perk 2 is going to work really good with the fleet perk, and that is by putting on quick. Now this only increases your sprint speed, doesn't directly affect the gun, but you know, with an increase in sprint speed, you guys get an increase in mobility. That's just how it works. So but it doesn't increase the mobility directly to the gun, but onto your player. That's why, but it does increase your mobility in general, so that's important. So go ahead and put it on quick, and this is the build right here.
Anyone got an ammo box? Oh my god, I got a team on me. They're chasing me. Come on, your mom's.
Yeah.
Enemy UAV active.
Right on top of you, right on top of you, right on top of you.
Oh, fuck. He's pushing me.
Yeah.
Artie, he's right here.
Come on, I'm sorry.
Bro, oh my god.
That MP7 is not hitting, bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
Gas is moving.
Hey, cracked one.
They're 12 years old. I just heard his voice. They're 12.
Out of fuel. Turning for resupply.
Dude, I know some 12-year-olds that are absolutely insane at this game.
Well,
I was well. I
oh,
was
Bubba.
Getting shot.
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
You're being tracked by an enemy team. Tread carefully.
I want airstrike fire
What the fuck? He's just right here. He's in here. He's in here. Right on us. Right on us. He's right here.
Turned on.
I down one at prison with the
Gas is
precision.
moving in. New safe zone highlighted.
Kill them.
Outside, by the bus station.
Enemy marked.
Like, or
Oh my God! He's.
yo, let me get some. Yeah, go buy.
I saw that, boy. He might report you for that one.
I go.
I'd be mad as fuck.
Under fire. What happened to good old
Straight up.
Good stuff.
Dude, I am going off, Jay.
Oh, sniper on top of
I'm gonna need to buy this. No cap. They're right in here.
Oh my god,
GG's. Yo, I'm